Hello, everyone, and welcome to Up Supercast. I am your host, Muzzy. Not your usual host, but he's still with us here. Will.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm hosting this week. As you can tell, Will is not doing so well. And then we have Brandon.
Fuck Will, Animal Crossing, baby!
I don't know how those 2 points relate to each other.
Yeah.
I'm also excited for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. It's just I don't know. Sorry, Will.
I agree.
That's fair. I get it.
To be honest, I agree. So yeah,
I think the audience agrees.
Yeah, but that's it for today. It's just me, Brandon, and Will, and I'm taking the lead. So a little bit different dynamic we have going on this week. So
Very special episode of the Jump Up Supercast.
Yeah, very special episode. And to coincide with everything changing and everything being different, we have a huge news dump. Perfect time.
Oh wow, guys, yeah. This is a special episode because it's the episode where all the hosts, the people who have hosted before in the past, are all together. It's just the 3 hosts.
Oh,
it's
true. That's true. Yeah, we have. So yeah, we'll have an We'll have a good podcast, though. I believe in us. So we have a big old Nintendo Direct to talk about. We can't let things slow down, right? We big day for us at the Jump Up Supercast. So let's get started right off the bat. They started with a trailer, cold open. We see Luigi's face. You think
he's still dead.
Luigi's Mansion 3DS? Is that what it is? And you see the graphics, you're like, no. This is a Nintendo Switch game. Luigi's Mansion 3 announced for Nintendo Switch.
Woo,
coming
baby!
Next year.
You want to know something funny, guys? Actually, my reaction to this trailer was a little bit different from yours. Like Muzzy said, you see the graphics, and you're like, no, that's a Switch game. Well, my stream started off in pretty low quality.
Oh no!
So I was like,
so many people were wanting to watch.
Yeah, it was like real low quality. I'm like, oh, Luigi's Mansion. Okay, they're starting off with 3DS, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
The quality was still bad, so like it took me a couple seconds. I'm like, okay, is there a lot of new stuff in this game? This looks real different.
I don't remember this. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this has to be a new game or something. It took me a lot longer probably than everybody else to realize it because the quality of the stream.
I think that was the reaction for a lot of people, maybe because stream quality, maybe like they just saw Luigi's face and then they looked down at maybe they wanted to take some notes, maybe they looked at Twitter real quick, right? And then you realize, oh wait a second.
Yeah, right?
There's something different about this one. Yeah, so Luigi's Mansion 3 is set in a hotel. That's a lot of fun, right?
Oh, that's a good setting.
Yeah, good setting, good, it was like, where do you go from having one mansion to multiple mansions? You go to a hotel.
And I think that's good, because, I liked Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but I would say that the multiple mansions, I kind of liked having the one mansion. I like having the one place that, you unlocked parts of. And I think a hotel is a really good format for that. I love that the trailer had a Ghostbusters reference. The very first place you see a ghost is in a janitor's, custodial, little thing that they move around, to clean rooms. That's exactly where they find Slimer in the first Ghostbusters. On the walls in the hotel lobby, there is banners for Mario, Peach, Toad, and Luigi. Mario, Peach, and Toad have X's over their faces. They're dead. They are dead. They killed them. Mario's suitcase is knocked over. This is going to get heavy.
This is, and this ties in with Luigi also being dead in the Castlevania.
Yeah. What's going on there?
A lot of people dying. I don't know. Nintendo, I'm a little scared.
He's always been the sad guy of the group, but they really played into that with Luigi recently. The guy, someone should check on him. Make sure he's okay. Don't worry about Luigi.
Well, no, but now he's gonna save the day. It's okay. But yeah, I like that they're going back to just one singular setting, right? I think Luigi's Mansion benefits. I like you said, I like Dark Moon a lot, and it was cool to do something different, right, with the multiple themed mansions. But it'll be nice to have just one place you're exploring.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
A hotel seems like a fun thing to do. It's not a mansion, but
and also I think moving away from the levels of 2, I think will be good.
Yeah.
Making it slightly more adventure-y.
No, I mean, to be fair, like, Next Level Games did say, it's because it was a 3DS handheld game, right?
Yeah.
But since this is a big old console game, we can go to a big old setting once again. So exciting.
Man.
I'm excited.
I can't wait. Man, what a good way to start it off.
Oh, yeah. Great way to start it off. And then, they transitioned into some 3DS games. We got Luigi's Mansion. It has a 2-player mode. Was that in the GameCube game? I don't remember.
No, that's completely new, baby.
No.
So that is brand new. Brand new 2-player mode. Oh, yeah, and now you can play as Green Luigi.
Can I mention... Yeah, Green Luigi. Can I mention one more thing about Luigi's Mansion 3?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I think it's super cool that both the Poltergust design from the Smash trailer and the plunger were hints at Luigi's Mansion 3. Because he has the new jetpack... And he has the plunger in that game.
And people had speculated about that. They're like, wait a second, like, that's not his usual Poltergust. And, he just never done that plunger move. It's really cool, yeah, that Simon Belmont trailer from the Smash Direct back last month literally was just a tease for this game. I think that's pretty cool. Cool thing that they did. But yeah, so Luigi's Mansion 3DS has 2-player. You can play as Green Luigi. Which...
And... It's low rent. Let's be honest. It's just a green boy.
It's literally just people joke that Luigi's Green Mario. Well,
no, yeah, Green Luigi.
There's an official Green Luigi now. He's literally just all
Green Luigi.
He's pretty ugly.
Was messing with my like perceptions of the Mario universe a little bit. It doesn't matter anymore. Things that come later will have much bigger problems for me.
Well, yeah. If you have an issue with Green Luigi, we have a lot more to talk about. But there's amiibo support. You can tap one of 4 amiibos. You can heal Luigi, reveal where boos are, and other bonuses. There's just small.
You get an extra life.
Yeah, I get an extra life.
I'm not getting this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not getting Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. No.
I mean, same. Like Luigi's Mansion, I would have loved to replay it, but not on 3DS. Like, to be frank.
Yeah, I still have it for GameCube, so it's like,
yeah,
it's not enough new there at all to really.
And we have 3 just around the corner. It's not too far from now. It's next year, so I can wait.
Yeah,
for
with 3, I'm looking right past it.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure. Speaking of games, I don't want to play on a 3DS though. They announced a brand new 3DS game, but it's not brand new, but Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. So this was a Wii game, 2010 Wii game. This game is. Much like Goodfield's other game, Yoshi's Woolly World, I don't understand why they bring these beautiful visuals and say, we're gonna port it to 3DS, But that's okay, 3DS, it's clearly 3DS is just getting filler remake and port games, right? I guess Epic Yarn was something pretty easy to do. Has some new features, including the ability to craft bigger yarn balls. You can summon bead collecting wind and play 2 new modes that feature familiar faces such as King Dedede and Meta Knight.
Boy, oh boy.
I did notice in the trailer you could see like a health bar. I don't know if that was for a special mode or what, but...
I think it's for the devilish mode, which is one of the new things.
Yeah, so there's a devilish mode in there that's harder. I think a big complaint with Epic Yarn was that you couldn't die, Yeah. So... devilish mode seems to be, maybe if you didn't like that, maybe this is it. Sure. But Epic Yarn is really something. If this was turned into an HD game, I would replay the shit out of it. I'd buy it immediately, day one. But 3DS, I'm just like, I think I'm gonna skip it.
I mean, I think it's just the nature of Goodfeel has a game already in development for Switch, and they already had a engine ready on the 3DS, right? Like they already clearly have experience because of Woolly World plus Poochie. Or whatever. Yeah, I guess you're not wrong, right? Like, they had already ported a game to 3DS with Yoshi's Woolly World, so porting Epic Yarn wasn't that much of an extra step for them, I guess. But yeah, so 3DS... Sort of like the other game. But, so, the other 2019 game we have, Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, I don't think we learned anything new about it, but it is coming January 11th, so there's that. And then they just showed off a quick update for Yokai Watch Blasters, and that was it for 3DS. Quick, just 4 headlines. 5 minutes.
We're done.
Nice
5
and
minutes,
clean.
Yeah. 5 minutes, including the Luigi's Mansion trailer. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. 3DS, they were real quick about that. After that, it's all about...
Everyone was thankful for that.
If I can have a little soapbox, though.
Okay.
I think that like 5 minutes is about right. I don't think that they should... Because people complain now when they say Switch and 3DS, right? the 3DS stuff that they are announcing in this direct are not taking away from anything that's going to come to the Switch.
No,
That's a silly thing. And the 3DS is still selling very well. People are buying it, and I think just they're doing the base amount of support they need to do, and that's fine. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Wait, is there people out there that think because they're announcing stuff on the 3DS that it's like taking away from stuff on the Switch?
You'd be surprised, Brandon.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no,
What is wrong with you?
Like I said, like these are clear filler titles, right? Like none of the games I mentioned are brand new games. They're all ports or remakes of some kind, you know. So
yeah,
like, they're not. It's
What?
nothing new.
Oh,
it's
man.
nothing that's taking much effort. You know, it's just quick filler titles to keep the 3DS on shelves. You know, and I think that's fine.
That's just people getting mad for the sake of getting mad. Stop. Just stop. It's nothing to be... Stop.
So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about what we saw for Nintendo Switch. Now I'm going to skip around a little bit, not going to go in order necessarily. Let's talk about the biggest thing, what they ended with. Animal Crossing is coming to Nintendo Switch next year. We know nothing about it, but it's coming. What do you guys, what's the takeaway here, guys?
Yes.
Brandon,
Yes.
tell me.
I clapped
you've been waiting
when I saw
for this.
when I saw that logo.
Uh-huh.
I clapped one time up in the sky. I just looked up into the sky and said, "Thank you, Nintendo." I was so happy. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I'm a big Animal Crossing guy. I've loved Animal Crossing since the GameCube. I've loved every iteration of it since, except for Amiibo Festival. That can go to hell. And also Happy Home Designer I never played either, but I've loved every main iteration of it. And man, God, I can't wait for Animal Crossing. Just like playing it on the Switch, the perfect console for it, to be able to take it wherever you want, to be able to play on the TV if you want that option. Is just, man, Animal Crossing is, mwah, I love you.
I think this is like, literally, you know, this phrase gets thrown around a lot, right? Perfect for Switch. Animal Crossing exemplifies that, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think it's also because, unlike a lot of Nintendo franchises, like Zelda on handheld and Zelda on console are clearly delineated, right? They're very different experiences most of the time. Animal Crossing, they're very similar, right? Like City Folk was an updated Wild World, right? Like, you know, the core is very much the same going from handheld to console, but each has their benefits, right? Handheld, you get to play it, take it with you, play in bed, that type of stuff. I think Animal Crossing for a long time was better suited for handheld, but also it's got a cute art style. You want to see it look good on your TV when you are home, right?
Yeah.
So now you can do that too, and I think that this one is really just like it. I can see myself actually doing both forms of Switch with Animal Crossing, especially.
Oh, absolutely. Like, you know, maybe sometimes I just want to lie down on my couch, play on my big TV, play the little animal. And it'll be nice that finally, because yeah, you're right. Like, I think Animal Crossing is way better suited for a handheld experience, right? But also finally not having to sacrifice, because, you know, the 3D, traditionally Nintendo's handhelds much weaker than their console offerings, right? So finally we have something that evens that gap, right? We get this big, beautiful Animal Crossing game. We haven't seen it yet. We don't know how beautiful it'll be, but at least we know Animal Crossing in HD is coming, and that's exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait.
So actually, like, I can't wait either. But Will just said something in my my pessimistic mind. Just went into a bad, dark place for one moment. I feel like it's completely wrong, and please tell me I am.
Okay.
But Will said,
I know where you're going.
Yeah, Wild World.
Yeah.
Yeah, got. City Folk is just a Wild World upgrade. Please don't let this just be a New Leaf upgrade and that's it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why I feel like that's definitely wrong, right? Because the Animal Crossing developers have actually outright said, it was either in Iwata asked, it was definitely some interview, but they have outright said, City Folk didn't sell as well as it could have because we didn't put enough new stuff in it. We didn't treat it like a new game. It was almost exactly Wild World, you know, just with the addition of the city. And that's why that game was hindered, you know? It still sold a lot, but it could have sold, I mean, compared to what Animal Crossing is or what it did on DS and 3DS, City Folk didn't do that much, you know? I think they know that Animal Crossing, you cannot just bring the same game over and call it a day, right? And also, it's worth noting, it's been 7 years since New Leaf, you know? I'm sure those guys have a lot of new ideas that they want to implement in a new game. So, you know. I don't think we have to worry. I mean, we'll see, of course, but I feel pretty confident that this Animal Crossing is going to be something special, and I hope it is. I really hope it's like that big next step for Animal Crossing, because New Leaf was that, and I think that's what made New Leaf partly so great.
Also, I just want to like touch on this. One, like the outpouring, the desire for Animal Crossing is like the most it's ever been. It is so palpable right now, right? But also, I think it's funny because like I go on to like Reset Air, I go on to these forums, but Twitter, more so than like any other, even Smash this year, no game got my Twitter timeline as hyped as Animal Crossing did, right? Like there's just so many people that are like, I'm so happy to have this back in my life. Like, man, I've just missed it so much. And like, I think that especially with a lot of software doing really well on Switch, Animal Crossing, already a very big franchise for Nintendo. You know, if they do right by this game, it could be huge. It could be, crazy.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%, right? Because, like you said, yeah, it's like Animal Crossing, like the thirst for Animal Crossing, I've never seen it this big, So, yeah, it's exciting. We'll see it next year. I think
this has got to be the longest drought we've had for a new Animal Crossing. So
yeah, well, it's funny because usually Animal Crossing, like New Leaf, even though it came out a little bit later, it was announced right at launch, right? I mean, right at the announcement of 3DS, right? Like they showed screenshots of Animal Crossing. We have to wait a little bit for this one, but that's okay. I think we can safely assume it's coming after E3, right? Since we haven't seen anything on it.
Probably yes.
Yeah, but still, at least we know it's next year, so I'm excited. Speaking of Animal Crossing,
next year already looking real good.
Yeah, next year's looking real good. They just announced 2 big games for 2019. But shifting gears back to 2018 for a second, though, Isabelle was announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this is what they led into first, right? Before they announced Animal Crossing on Switch. I don't know. What do you guys think? Isabelle, she's here. She's well, I guess let me start off first. I feel like Isabelle very much deserves this, so I'm very happy. Very happy to see her on the roster. It's funny because in the trailer, both her reveal trailer and her character trailer, you never see her getting hit. I think that's hilarious.
Oh no! That warms my heart so much. Sakurai knows we don't want to see this cute dog get hurt. Oh man. Oh.
But some said she was too cute to be in Smash. I perhaps agree, but she's here. She's here. She's ready to fight. What do you guys think? What Brandon, I guess I'll start with you real quick.
Love it. I love it. Isabelle is a great character. She's real fun. She's got a cool design. People love her. Maybe a little too much, but people love her a lot, and rightfully so. It's exciting. I really like this. I like more Animal Crossing, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, her moveset, it's looking real good. She's not even an Echo. Everybody thought, oh well, if Isabelle does, get in this game, she's definitely going to be an Echo. She's not.
She's not.
How cool is that?
She's more of a Falco or a Lucas type thing, which is I think pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think Lucas is probably the best analogy.
Yeah.
Brandon, it's funny that you mentioned probably a little too much for some people because literally the only character that wears a skirt in Smash that when they're falling to the ground, like pushes their skirt down so it doesn't fly up is Isabelle. Sakurai knows these people be horny on Nate and he wants them to stop. Don't be nasty about this cute dog.
It's very cute that when she's falling, she's holding her skirt down. Like
she wants to remain modest.
Little touch. Yes, I like that.
Yeah. I think the general reception to Isabelle was a little kind of like, well, that's kind of it. At least that's what I think I kind of read, at least on Reset Air and whatnot. But,
sure.
we did just get a lot of Smash Brothers at E3 and
that's
Direct,
the thing.
So I think just one trailer is fine for this Direct. It's okay.
It's very funny that like so much of the internet for so long was, why is there so much Smash? All E3 was Smash, the Direct right after, more Smash, and then we get a Direct where there's a bunch of other stuff, and we're like, why wasn't there more Smash? I wanted more Smash. It's like, we can't win.
To be fair, I do think these are two separate factions,
Oh, yes, I know. I'm just saying you can't make everyone happy. It's never going to happen.
I feel like I don't even know who these people are.
No, I mean it's there, but not too much to worry about. But yeah, I mean, I think Isabelle. I think she was a good announcement though, because like the Inklings, I think those were the two like big Nintendo characters you could probably say were left, right? Where it's like these guys should probably be in the game. There's nothing really else that sticks out to me, right? Like, who's a big Nintendo character that should be in the game at this point? I don't know.
Captain Rainbow.
Yeah. Okay.
Chibi Robo.
Rock Hawk.
All right. Now we're getting crazy.
Right,
okay, but speaking of Smash Brothers, that wasn't all the Smash in the Direct. Actually, there's a bundle coming November 2nd with the download code for the game. Obviously, you cannot use it until the game comes out, or at least whenever it goes up for preload. So it's coming out about a month before the game comes out. It has a special themed Joy-Con controllers, and it has a special themed dock. The Joy-Con makes the Smash logo. Honestly, it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, I'm nonplussed at the Joy-Con.
Yeah. The dock is pretty cool though. It features the original 8. I think that's a pretty neat thing that they have going.
So that's kind of cool.
But yeah, that's
I will say
November
though,
2nd. Okay, go on.
By and large, Switch bundles have been whelming me. I've not felt like particularly excited by any of them.
Yeah, like there's not like, oh man, like I have to upgrade to the system, right? Because it's like, I mean, it's like you get a special dock and you get ugly Joy-Con. So,
We're the biggest marks in the world for Smash. We should be the people that are getting hyped for this.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like, I want the dock.
Is just okay.
But yeah, you're right. Like, it's nothing really that special either. So it's like, it's fine.
The dock's cool, but like, yeah, it's not that cool. It's not cool enough for me to... Maybe if it had, like, the Smash logo and it, like, fucking lit up or something when you put your your Switch in it, I might be into that.
Oh,
like,
baby.
Yeah, that would be cool, right? See, we should work for Nintendo. Come on.
Definitely, though, I think a little bit of a letdown, I think, right? Because I feel like this should be something like, hey, Smash fans, you want this, right? And the three of us, if we're all kind of just like, So it does retail for $359.99, so it's just the price of the Switch and the game. But that's coming.
Yeah,
also, that same day, the GameCube controllers, you can pick them up a month ahead of time. So that's something to note.
That's pretty cool.
Other Nintendo Switch bundle, we got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. It's got a bundle with yellow and brown pastel-looking Joy-Con colors, themed for Pikachu and Eevee. There's a dock with Pikachu and Eevee on there. I think this one's actually super adorable. And the Nintendo Switch itself, on the back, there's little, there's what would you call it? I don't know what you would call it.
But silhouettes.
There's silhouettes.
There's little silhouettes of Pikachu and Eevee all over. It's pretty cute.
Yeah,
so they actually
it's so bad.
branded the system.
I only have
go on.
one bone to pick.
Okay.
It's the Splatoon 2 situation where I really like the Eevee Joy-Con, but I don't like the Pikachu Joy-Con. And so it's like, well, I'm stuck with one that I like, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll manage.
Which Splatoon one didn't you like?
No, the Splatoon problem was that, like, Moose, you had to do this, right, Moose? If you wanted to get, like, 2 pink Joy-Con, you had to buy the Splatoon bundle and also the separate Splatoon Joy-Con because it flipped the pink and the blue and the green. Like, I would just love the 2 Eevee Joy-Con or the 2 Pikachu Joy-Con. Yeah,
I mean, but, like, I think with the Switch, Nintendo loves doing their, left is one color, right is the other. Like, player 2 gets a different color. Fits with the Switch, but like cool. I see, I get you wanting. I kind of wish they would sell the Joy-Con separately, like as a pack, like as packs. But that would be pretty neat. Yeah. So this one's launching the day the game comes out. It comes with either Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee pre-installed. Comes out, and it comes with the Pokeball Plus. For $3.99. So it's basically the price of the Switch and the bundle that they have. So you're not saving any money, but you get a special theme Switch. So that's pretty cool.
That one's it's way better. It's way better.
Yeah, I think this is better done. But speaking of Pokemon Let's Go, go on. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You were going to talk.
I was just going to say, real. So they did unveil new features for the game called Secret Techniques. So your partner Pokemon, Pikachu or Eevee, this is basically replacing HMs. So these don't take up moves, but your Pikachu and your Eevee can do things like cut down trees. You can surf.
They learn karate.
You can, they learn karate. You can fly with balloons. It's pretty cute. Not gonna lie. I really like this feature. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, it kills. HMs are gone now. They're dead.
Yes.
They killed them.
They're gone.
You know, which is great. So this is their way around it in this game, and it's fine. It's cute.
See, I think
still torn on this game though.
Well, okay. So about the secret techniques, though, I like this better than Sun and Moon's implementation because I liked HM suck. We can all agree, right? But there is But there is a nice novelty about like your Pokemon helping you out in the field, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this kind of solves that, where it's like, hey, it's like your Pikachu is doing these things for you. You know, your Eevee is doing this for you. Not just this random Tauros that you called from wherever the fuck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, because, I mean, if a lot of the points about Let's Go is, like, you have your partner Pikachu, your partner Eevee, like, you know, you can rub on the screen, you change their hair. They also showed that off. That was the other big feature. But, like, you know, if they want to actually make you feel like, yo, look at this cute Eevee, this is my cute Eevee, this is a good way to do it, right? Like, to feel ownership. And also they have, like, what seems sort of like Z moves, essentially, right? Like a special move that's strong that only they can do.
I think they're...
No, they're not.
No, they're regular moves. So actually, I was just about to talk about that.
Yeah.
So Pikachu and Eevee both get their own special move sets. They're regular moves, but this is basically like... Because, you know, you would wonder, like, what the hell are you going to do with an Eevee that doesn't evolve, right? And this is the answer. Mm-hmm. So Eevee can learn fire, electric, and water... Special fire, electric, and water type moves. Pikachu learns a special fire type move. I don't remember if they showed off any other special moves.
Doesn't he learn a special water type move?
Oh yeah. A special water type move. References surfing Pikachu.
I think that's all Pikachu gets, though.
Yeah,
because he's already got more types covered.
Pikachu's electric, but Eevee gets it's Kanto evolutions. It gets moves based off of those. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I guess it tries to be like, well, since you can't evolve your Eevee. But, you know, all of a sudden you got an Eevee that can learn 3 moves that aren't going to use Stab. But this game doesn't need Stab because it's a dumb baby game anyway, so...
But, you know, I was gonna make the other point, but it's fine. I was gonna say that I feel like Let's Go's had like a bad unveil. Bad couple months, I think we can be honest, right? When it first got shown off. I think that, like... I've seen more people sort of be like, you know what? I get it. I get what this is now, and I'm not as mad as they used to be about Let's Go. Because, I mean, let's be honest.
Because they announced Gen 8, and then people were like, oh.
Well, no, not even that, because, I mean, they announced Gen 8.
People can have the baby game, because we get Gen 8, it's coming.
But, like, even when, like, Let's Go was announced, they announced Gen 8. Like, I think that just people are like, oh, this is just a cute game. It's just fine for there to be a cute Pokemon.
Gen 8 was, like, announced after the fact.
It was the same event. I remember.
Okay, we're not arguing this.
No, it got leaked. People knew about. People knew about it.
It got leaked before Gen 8 was announced. Sure, yeah. I'll give.
Yeah.
But
people were mad.
But anyway, what's the point you're actually trying to make?
My point is, I think that Let's Go people are less mad about it. I think that this was a comparatively good showing. I think that like it had a really bad couple months and it's like leveled off. People are sort of like coming to terms with what it is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like I think. Like, people realize, like, hey, this is not the big Pokemon game that we want, but that game is still coming next year, you know? And in the meantime, this is just a cute, fun little game. This is,
and the main game, the real game we want is Town.
Yo.
So, yeah. So, actually, we should probably go through these a little bit quicker now. So, these are... Game Freak is also making Town for Nintendo Switch. Looks like they're self-publishing it. I don't know, what did you guys think? So, I will. Describe to me what this game is.
Okay, so it's RPG, right? You are in a town, you're in a village, even though the game is called Town, don't worry about it. And in the village, there's different people that you meet. You can build up your village. The entire game is in this one village. The monsters will come to attack it, and you have battle systems that rely upon calling upon the people that you helped in your village, the villagers. How many times can I say that word? And it looks to be self-published by Game Freak, so... Normally when they self-publish, it's a more budget title. But it just seems like a cool, neat idea. It's got a really good art style. It kind of reminds me of like Ni no Kuni 1 almost, in sort of the shading.
Very pretty.
It's very pretty. And I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if this happened while they were like testing out HD development for Gen 8. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. It's 2019.
Yeah, next year. Town. Look forward to that. I don't know if you had anything to add, Brandon.
It looks all right.
Speaking of cute games, though, Yoshi's Crafted World showed up again. So it got a name, first of all, Yoshi's Crafted World. It's got a window for spring 2019. Just they fixed the common complaint from E3 that before you had to replay the level to access the flip side of the level. Now there's just switches throughout the level, so you can access both parts. It's very pretty. That's all I really have to say about that. Like, it looks way better than it did
real nice.
last E3.
Yeah.
So I'm actually
this
looking
and
forward
one
to it
other
now.
game get like a most improved award.
Yeah, so Yoshi's Crafted World, this was a game that I was just like, when I first saw Yoshi, I was very irritated, but I'm looking forward to it now.
I was already looking forward to it.
Speaking of most improved, though, we also have Daemon X Machina. Daemon X Machina looks a lot better than it did just 3 months ago, I think, right?
Just performance-wise.
Yeah, just
in a direct where there were some moments where you're looking at the performance of some of these games and being like, Daemon X Machina. You're like, oh, this is a better frame rate, actually. This looks smooth.
Looks a little bit better. So Daemon X Machina looks a lot better. No real updates on it, though, but we got to see more gameplay footage. That was cool.
There's swords. I'm happy that there's swords in that game.
There's swords.
For your mech. I love mech swords.
Oh, and then brand new announcement, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Okay, 20 minutes of Peach discussion incoming.
So, it's the same game. There's a little new stuff here. You can play as Nabbit now. You could previously play him in Luigi U. Now you can play him in New Super Mario Bros. U. He doesn't take any damage, so baby mode is Nabbit. And you can play as Toadette.
The new funky mode.
Nabbit's basically funky mode. Toadette.
Well, no, Peachette's kind of.
Let's talk about Toadette real quick. So Toadette can get a super crown, which turns her into Peachette.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Smaller version of Peach. I don't really know. She has pigtails now.
She's the same size. She's nearly identical to Peach. She just has a pigtail. It's messing me up. I don't know what the implications of this are. Is Peach just a toad?
Why? I don't get it.
What does this? What? I didn't think there was a way they could. I was just like, oh, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, whatever. Like, there's no way we're talking about that on the podcast, right? Oh, here we are.
Here we are. I guess it's worth mentioning, Peachette does actually have a couple of unique abilities. She can double jump, and she can save her. She just gets one free fall, basically, when she would fall into a pit. She gets a boost up that she can try to recover with.
So a little bit easier compared to Mario and the crew, but that's okay.
But it's a power up, so if she gets hit, she loses it, so it's less of like a broken Nabbit mode. The one other thing, too, Luigi, it looks like in the base game, retains his Luigi U physics.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's really neat, actually. That's exciting. Okay.
Yeah, so he's more slippery, he jumps higher, all that stuff.
Yeah, real cool. I wonder if, because you could play, it looked like you could play as Nabbit and Toadette solo. I wonder if you could play as Luigi or a Toad, like, instead of, like, you don't have to play as Mario anymore, Because the original game, if you were player 1, you had to be Mario. So,
I think because the characters are different, Yeah, they
might allow for that. So that game's coming out January 11th. So, first thing in 2019, we're getting New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
One more reason to get rid of your Wii U.
One more reason to get rid of your Wii U. Then last thing on the first party note, they showed off Super Mario Party. I don't think there was really anything new about it, but yeah, that Super Mario Party was there. They talked about Nintendo Switch Online. They showed off a cute video with Mario characters. I feel like there's nothing really to say here because there's nothing new that they really announced. However, the service is launching September 18th. And they showed off, the NES games, actually. Quick note. There are third-party games here, which is really neat. It's one app with a pretty cool UI, I think. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it looks really neat. I liked it. They're adding games every month. It looks like 3 games per month, including... they're adding 3 new games every month, and then also special edition versions of the games they already have. They haven't detailed what that is exactly, but that'll be interesting to see. To go along with those NES games, they have announced NES controllers, wireless NES controllers. You get a pack of 2. They charge by just attaching them to the Switch. They have the little Joy-Con railing. They're $60, and you can only buy them if you have a Nintendo Switch online subscription. So,
which I have.
Yeah, like how?
How do you?
You're probably gonna order them through Nintendo's website. like that. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. You're gonna order them through Nintendo's website, or maybe even through the eShop. Who knows? But you can.
But that feels.
Well, okay. I know it's weird, but first of all, like, what are you gonna use these NES controllers for if you don't have the subscription? Because you won't have the NES games.
Yeah.
Then, you know. And B, this is a good way to make sure everyone who wants one can get one. You know. Because
yeah, and you know what? You know what? I just realized something.
Yeah.
It's also a good way to ensure people that are morons don't buy them and go, "Oh, I can't even use this on my Switch. What the hell?" You know. I
also think that it's maybe smart to avoid confusion with the NES Classic. That's on store shelves. Because people might like buy that thinking it works.
Especially because they just restocked.
Another example.
Yeah, they just restocked the NES Classic. You know, so it would probably be confusion there. And yeah, you know, like these things tend to have stock issues. So you know, a good way to prevent that, I guess. So it's weird.
Also, the controllers give you gear in Splatoon, which is weird.
Oh no, not the controllers. The controllers don't give you gear. So with Nintendo,
okay.
yeah. So if you have a Nintendo Switch online subscription, not only do you get a chance to purchase these NES controllers, but you also get special gear for Splatoon 2. They've teased that there will be more offers down the line that they'll be offering with this subscription service. So that's pretty neat. Other than that, yeah, it's your cloud saves, your NES games, your online play, your great deals, and there was one more thing, but I forgot. Oh, and the app. The phone app.
But we should mention the things that like people, like the questions that are looming, right, that some people are getting angry at.
Sure. Give me a question and I'll answer it, William.
Cloud saves, people are wondering, hey, if I let my subscription lapse, what happens to my cloud save? Do we know the answer?
I can give you the answer.
Tell me, Brandon, what happened?
I let my Pokemon Bank subscription end, and I was like, oh no, all my Pokemon are gone! But they weren't.
Yeah.
Because I reviewed it, and
so
they're still
Nintendo
there.
says that they cannot guarantee that they will keep your cloud saves after your subscription lapses. They won't say that it'll be gone, but they just said they will not guarantee that it'll still be there when you resubscribe. So that's something to note. Any other?
How can I access my NES games offline?
You can, but the Switch will check for the Switch will check if you have a subscription going every 7 days. So as long as you are connected to the internet at least once a week, you're fine.
Okay.
Anything else?
Why do I have to pay for online? I'm angry.
Well, you got to get over that. Everyone has paid online these days. Okay. It sucks, but you know, what can you do?
I have a question too.
All right, what's your question,
Mister?
Brandon?
Why didn't we talk about the board games on the Nintendo Switch?
We are getting there. This was just the first part. You know, we have a lot more to talk about in this direct. Believe it or not,
we have a lot more to go.
Saft is going to kill us because this podcast is going to go on for a long time. But you know, sometimes you need the extra time.
Yeah, you need it.
All right, so let's go on with third-party games. So I think let's talk about what I consider the biggest announcement, what they ended on before Animal Crossing. A shit ton of Final Fantasy games are coming to the Nintendo Switch. So we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered coming. That's actually pretty exciting. That's also coming to PS4. It has online multiplayer, which is pretty neat. So I don't know if you knew this, but the original game on GameCube required you to have GBA link cables. And everyone would have their own GBA and look at that screen. Now you can just play online with your own copies. That's pretty cool. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD. Available now. Oh, sorry. Crystal Chronicles is coming in 2019. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD available now on every platform. It's $30, but there's an introductory 40% off sale, so that's pretty neat. I kind of want it. I'm not gonna lie.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Then we got World of Final Fantasy Maxima. So this is a enhanced deluxe version of the original World of Final Fantasy that was originally available on PS4 and PS Vita. This time it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, coming November 6th. That's pretty cool. Then we have...
I want to mention a thing in that.
Yeah.
The mode, you can swap... Because the whole thing with that game is like, look, it's all the Final Fantasy characters. But then all the Final Fantasy characters are just summons in that game, which is weird. In the new mode, in the remake, you can now swap out your avatars for the different Final Fantasy protagonists. So like...
In Final Fantasy?
In Maxima.
Okay,
in Maxima.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
I didn't know
you can
this.
see there's a part where like Tifa and Tidus from like 7 and 6 and 10 are like walking around the field together, and you're like, oh,
That's actually a game changer. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really exciting. Now I definitely want this game. Also, yeah, I didn't say it before, but if you have anything to interject about these specific games, let me know. Okay. Then we have a Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Everybody, coming this winter to Nintendo Switch and PS4. This was originally a Wii game, I believe. I don't know anything about it. Just check out the
I think it
footage.
was a
I don't-
WiiWare game.
Yeah, I think it was a WiiWare game. They did say...
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool that it's coming back. I don't know anything
It's
about
in
it.
the it's by the Mystery Dungeon people. It's a Mystery Dungeon game.
Oh, it is a
Mystery
Mystery Dungeon game
Dungeon?
because it said Chocobo's
it.
Mystery
I hate
Dungeon, so I was wondering. But okay, so that's pretty
It
cool. And then I think probably what the biggest announcement of this whole thing was something I don't think almost anyone expected except for Game Explain, unnamed man who I will not. Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10, 2 HD Remaster, and 12, The Zodiac Age are all coming to Nintendo Switch and Xbox One. What the hell?
Yeah.
So,
It's funny.
First they showed off 12, which I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But then 7 and 9 and 10, like 7 and 9, these have never been ported to anything that isn't PlayStation, right? This is crazy. Or I guess they were on PC, but this is nuts, I think.
I mean, it's funny that we noted last week that like Final Fantasy 6 since 6 hasn't had like a new numbered entry on a Nintendo platform, period. And
Yeah.
the week after, we got every game that is not an MMO or Final Fantasy 8, because I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 8 is now on the Nintendo platform. It's crazy.
And it's funny because we made fun of it, right? We were like, oh, numbered Final Fantasy's back. We got 15 pocket. But no, actually, no. Now we got 7 and 9 and 10 and 12. Like, we're only missing 8 in the MMOs. That's crazy. That is crazy stuff. Really exciting, though. And all 4 of those games are coming next year. That's a lot of... Just pure hours of content. That's a lot of... a lot.
Well, that's a lot of content.
Brandon, you have never played a lot of these games. Are you picking any of these up for Nintendo Switch or Xbox One even?
Xbox One, first of all, and I just
Dude,
want to
that's
say,
true,
back in my day, we had to have 4 Game Boy Advances and 4 Game Boy Advance Game Link cables to play the Crystal Chronicle game.
Yeah. I mean, Crystal
Yeah.
Chronicles may as well be a new game for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, because I mean,
that's exciting.
it required a lot to play that game properly, and now it's just everyone pick up the game.
I did. The funny thing, and people used to give me shit all the time. I'd be like, oh, well, you play Final Fantasy, you love video games, right? You must play Final Fantasy. I'm like, I don't really like Final Fantasy. But I do love Crystal Chronicles. Of all the Final Fantasy games, you love Crystal Chronicles? Yes, because I played it on the GameCube, and I actually got 4 people to play it with Game Boy Advance, and it was amazing.
So when playing in
it's very
multiplayer,
exciting.
this game's pretty good, huh? I've never played it myself.
Yeah, it is. And I've had people that are like, well, I tried playing it, it sucked. Well, did you play with 4 friends? No. Well, okay. Well, trust me. It's like Federation Force or Triforce Heroes, where it's not very great alone, but when you play it with other people, it's a very great time.
Great soundtrack.
I'm excited to play it for the first time. This is a game I always wanted to play, but there was no way in hell I was ever going to properly play it. You know, so this is great.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can play it online with me. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah,
and Final Fantasy 7. I'm finally going to get around to playing it, guys. Because now I can play it and get achievements at the same time with the Xbox One. What a time to be alive!
You can get
anything's possible.
It's exciting. No, and this is actually crazy, right? Like I who expected this? It's insanity. Any last word on the Final Fantasy? Will, you had anything to say? No.
I mean, I don't want to get too into it. But I think the fact that Square is diversifying and putting a lot of the stuff that's been only on PlayStation, on Xbox, and on Switch is good. It's a good thing.
To me, it's almost a bigger story that these are on Xbox. To me, honestly, it's
crazy. Yeah, that's a big deal.
But yeah, all 8 of these games premiering on they announced this in this Nintendo Direct. It's kind of crazy. So, Square Enix is giving all the platforms love, and I'm very happy about that. Katamari Damacy Reroll. This was originally a PlayStation 2 game, right? I believe.
Yes, it is. Yes. I'm pumping my fists. Yeah. I'm extremely in.
I think when you hear this, I'm sure a lot of you are hearing that iconic theme go in your head right now. But yeah, so Katamari Damacy, it's back. It's coming to Nintendo Switch and PC. That's kind of crazy that this one's not on PS4. So it's coming November 30th on the eShop. There's going to be a retail version if you're into that, coming a little bit later in the year. Still this year, though. Has HD Rumble support. You could play with good gyro if you want. You can play with multiplayer. You could pass someone a Joy-Con and play local multiplayer. But yeah, Katamari's back. I've never played Katamari, actually. I've only played demos of Katamari. So this is actually really exciting to me. I loved what I played, but I never got to really experience it. So I'm super pumped for this.
Katamari,
day one.
Damacy, and We Love Katamari are games that I'm so happy because for a very long time I would just pop them in and over a weekend where I didn't have anything scheduled and just play it and just have a ball because you can go from the beginning to the end. The game's not too long, which is good. It shouldn't overstay its welcome with the type of game it is, but I love it. I love it so much. I thought about putting it on the list multiple times and I thought no one else has played this. So guess what?
True.
Guess what, tricksters? You better play it because there's no reason not to.
I'm not going to play it, so unless you pick it for the game club, you can't make me.
I might. Maybe. In 6 months from now when it comes back around to my turn.
Then I'll be happy to play it.
Well, I will be playing Katamari Damacy Reroll the day it comes out, so don't you worry, William.
Thank you. Thank you.
Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle. This is actually coming out next week.
This is crazy.
Actually, so it's weird because the press release says the digital version of this bundle launches in Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch this winter. But you can preload it now, and the eShop says it's coming out on 9/18. So I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah,
it's
the
coming.
18th.
Okay, so it is coming the 18th. Okay. This comes with Final Fight, Captain Commando, Knights of the Round, and also has games that were never on home consoles before, like Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit. That's pretty cool. It's only $20.
Both those games are sick, by the way.
Oh really? I had never even heard of them.
I've watched playthroughs of those games and they're super cool, but I never got to play them because they were never on console before.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, that is very exciting.
Very neat. And it has online play. That's freaking fantastic. I think I'm gonna pick
online
this one
play.
up.
That sold it for me.
Yeah, let's get it going.
We've come a long way since Ultra Street Fighter 2 for Capcom on the Nintendo Switch. We've come a long way since $40 for Street Fighter.
Capcom's giving us a lot more love than they were previously, so that's pretty cool. Thank you, Capcom.
My exact thoughts on this were: if it's $40, no; if it's $20, yes. And they did it. $20, I will buy this game. I kind of wish it had maybe a couple more because I know they got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Maybe that Cadillac and dinosaur game that I always wanted to play.
I think the problem is licensing Cadillac. I think is the problem with that one.
Fair.
All right, but yeah, so that's pretty neat. That's coming out. Quick note: we got City Skylines and Civ 6 both coming to Switch. City Skyline already released, and Civ 6 coming this November. I think we can easily say these are extremely good fits for the platform. Right? This is the kind of game that will suck your life away. I think.
Little PSA.
Yeah.
During the Direct, City Skylines looked rough. The frame rate was bad, and I was worried. I was like, if this is this bad. The developers streamed the game after, and then a couple other people have streamed it that I've caught the streams of. It looks a lot better in actual performance when in the retail than the Direct showed. And so, I mean, look at that stuff if you are interested, but if you were like, oh, this looks really like a bad port, give it another look, because I don't know why they gave them bad footage to use in the Direct, but they did.
So the rumor is that they had to recut this one, because of the earthquake stuff, because apparently they were going to show off some, the disaster DLC order. I don't know how true that is, but there is that. But City Skyline is a game that I've always been interested in, but I haven't picked it up yet. So maybe later down the line when it's on sale and I'm sure of the performance of this game, which Will's saying that gives me a little bit more hope, actually. But yeah, City Skyline, pretty cool. Comes with 2 DLC packs. I think that's neat. And Civ 6. So this one actually is only on Nintendo Switch. Well, it's on PC and mobile, but this is not on PS4 Xbox One. So this is console exclusive to Nintendo Switch. And just the thought of Civ 6 in my bed. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. I might never leave bed again. I don't know.
We are still unclear about online play, by the way. We mentioned it last week, and they still have not mentioned it.
Have not, There is wireless LAN multiplayer mode, but we don't know about online, unfortunately. quickly,
I could care less about both of these games, to be fair.
Oh, okay, well.
They're just not for me.
No,
Neither
yeah,
of these games are
But you
for
got
me.
Jurassic World.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it's the city building games that aren't exciting. Theme parks, that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Theme
but
parks,
cities,
that's
it's like, whatever.
You know what I'm wanting on
Yeah.
Switch? I want Planet Coaster. Speaking of.
I'm into that, yeah. But yeah, I can see how both of these games are, especially Civ, is a big deal, and I'm happy they're on the Switch. But they're definitely not for me, though.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see, like, hey, these things, like, great for the platform, right? Like, Civ 6 especially,
Yeah.
that's like,
Oh, yeah.
wow, yeah, that's fantastic.
It's cool.
Splatoon 2 got a version 4.0 update. A lot of big changes to Splatfest, a new stage, new songs, but the new songs will be coming
Anime
actually next
opening.
month.
Yeah.
And new gear, and then the trailer they showed for this was just hilarious, right? It was basically an anime opening. Check it out. It's
literally anime.
The music is really good. Yeah, check that. It's a fun trailer. Mario
I loved watching people
Sorry, go
that
on. Yeah.
don't play Splatoon look at that trailer and react to it. Because they're like, am I supposed to be able to read what's on screen right now? Like, I'm so confused. That's very good.
I think worth noting, big change to Splatfest. Before, if you wanted to play with friends, you had to get a group of 4 to play in the monthly Splatfest. They changed the way that works now, so even if you just have one pal to play with, that is a-okay. A-okay. Great to see this game get continued support, though, right? Like, absolutely fantastic game.
Of course, I love Splatoon.
Mario
The
Tennis
more
Ace
the
is
better.
also getting free updates. Big version 2.0 update is coming September 19th. It comes with a new online co-op mode that lets people participate in time-limited missions with other players. You'll get special outfits, characters with alternate color schemes, and Birdo, Shy Guy, Paratroopa, and P Piranha are going to be playable.
So, Moose, we had a conversation yesterday, and I think that's talking about Splatoon 2, 4.0, and Mario Tennis. A undercovered part of paid online of why we are okay with it is that the Mario Tennis Aces is a game that came out in June, right? We are now in September, and we're probably going to be getting support all the way through until early or to mid next year for Mario Tennis.
Yeah, they
Aces.
actually said they will be supporting this game until next June. So a full year of content updates.
Great.
We're Splatoon 2, we're now a year and a half into, right? Splatfest are going to keep coming until June of 2019, they said, and they actually extended how long they were going to support this game from when they originally announced it. Originally, it was supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and free content's gonna last all the way until this holiday. So yeah, I mean, I think that's an undercovered part of Switch, right? Like the support that Nintendo has been giving their first party games with free content updates. Remind you that there's no sort of monetization here, right? There's no loot boxes, there's no cosmetics, even stuff that's like widely accepted, like cosmetics, right? Even those, no, there's nothing like that. Absolutely free content updates, which I think is very cool. It gives me a reason to keep going back to these games, right? I'm gonna boot up Mario Tennis Aces after a long time because hey, why not, right? There's new stuff I haven't seen yet, so. Very nice thing that they're doing.
And that's the thing, right? Is that like if like ARMS, right? A lot of people say that ARMS got no support post launch, but ARMS got like 5 new characters. I think 6 it ended up being, right? Like that is a season pass for Street Fighter V, and those cost $15 for the one season pass, right?
$30.
Like $30. Is it $30 for a season pass for Street Fighter V?
Yeah, it's $30 for a season pass. Yeah,
Jeepers. So you're getting that stuff for free. Like, and we have to do pay online to play the stuff online, and that sucks. I get it because it's a thing that you didn't have to pay for before, but you now have to pay for now. But it's not like, I think in terms of content, like free updates, it should not go unmentioned when looking at like their online offerings.
I think in a way, like it kind of justifies the paid online. And I understand if you still have givings about it, like you're like, oh man, like misgivings about it, like oh man, like I don't want to pay for online. I understand, but also like it is worth noting, right? Like Nintendo as a first party platform holder, yes, they're making you pay $20 a year, but also the games that you buy, especially the online games, getting just loads and loads of support. Hell, Xenoblade Torna just came out, but even if you don't own the expansion pass for that game, they have supported that game a bunch, And I think for free, right? So I don't know. It's nice to see these first party games being continually updated for no charge. A very, very nice thing that they've been doing.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Quick updates on games that they had already announced. Sorry, I'm moving on. Diablo 3 and Warframe now have release dates. November 2nd for Diablo, November 20th for Warframe. Starlink, they showed off actually. Wolf is in the game, right? There's cutscenes with.
That was a
with
really good trailer.
Yeah, it was a good trailer. It really was. So there's cutscenes with Star Fox characters. You can play the entire game as Fox. The whole Star Fox integration is actually way more than I thought it was. Like, like it's almost like a Star Fox spin-off in a way. It's pretty wild. So yeah, you're gonna be defeating Wolf's team. How exciting is that? In these Star Fox missions in Starlink.
Super cool, but I mean, I still don't care about this game.
I kind of want it. I'm not gonna lie. I really want the game.
Be honest with you, I never really felt the hype for Star Fox Zero. This is like made me want another Star Fox game. Like,
it did make me want another Star Fox game. Watching the trailer, I said, "Man, I wish they were just making a Star Fox game instead of this." But, they're not. Nintendo's not making it. But I wish Nintendo would have been like, "Hey, Ubisoft, you guys want to make a Star Fox game?"
Right, because at this point, like, Starlink is gonna sell way better on Switch compared to everything else, and I think it's because of the Star Fox content, right?
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe that's what this will lead to next after Starlink. We'll see.
Maybe.
Then after that, the direct is pretty much done at that point. They, Mega Man 11 got a quick look. NBA 2K19 and NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 got a quick look. FIFA 19, Just Dance, Team Sonic Racing, which that is the only one that doesn't have a release date and it's still coming this winter. That's kind of weird, I think, with Team Sonic Racing. But
okay, the press release for Team Sonic Racing is all it is gotta go fast, like really, really fast. Sonic Team Racing launches this winter. They have nothing to say about that game. What is that game? It's
a little concerning. And then Lego DC Supervillains and The World Ends With You and Xenoblade 2 Torna all got shown off. And that was the Nintendo Direct. I'd say pretty good Direct.
Wow, that's it?
Yeah.
That's it?
We were longer on the Direct than the Direct was itself.
Yes, we were. We spent but to be fair, a lot to talk about. But yeah, I think 2019, I think, is looking pretty good for Switch, And even this year,
nice.
There's a lot of games that if you haven't played on other platforms before, this is your chance now that you can get to play it portably. I think that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Good Direct.
Yeah.
And of course, Animal Crossing is coming next year. I can't fucking wait.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey, same.
Did you guys have any thoughts on the Direct before I move on?
No, I'm done talking about the Direct. We talked about it for like an hour.
Yeah. All right. So
I could keep going.
But we need to move on. All right. So real quick note: Sony had a TGS conference. We're not going to talk too much about that, unfortunately. We spent a lot of time on the Direct, but William had a specific game he wanted to talk about. So, Yakuza Studio announced a brand new project for the PlayStation 4 coming out this December in Japan, next year in the West, called Project Judge, called Judge Eyes in Japan. What do you have to say about this, Will? Tell me all about it. This is all you.
So, the Yakuza team has been making Yakuza for a very long time now, basically since the first one. And so, obviously, anytime they're doing a new thing, that would be naturally interesting and engaging. And the biggest concern, though, is that Yakuza has an identity. It has, a tone that is both funny, but tells these serious stories. You hope that stuff doesn't get lost when they move to a new thing, right? And Project Judge is very much in the vein of Yakuza. It's in the same engine as Yakuza 6, which is the Dragon engine, because they put a lot of time into making it. They're not going to just throw it away after one game. But if it is a game where you play as it looks like you were a lawyer, a defendant, excuse me, not a defendant, a person who defends people in court, a lawyer, and you apparently got maybe disgraced because of some court case or whatever. So now you're a lawyer on the lam, baby. I don't think you're playing under the law a little bit. And so there's parts Yakuza where you're fighting, where you're running around the city, where you're engaging in these fun side activities. But the core story is you doing investigation stuff, almost Phoenix Wright-esque, where you're infiltrating locations, you're gathering evidence. Depending on how good the evidence you get is, things will go better or worse for you when it gets to the actual court case portion of the game. And there's a gameplay trailer that just looks really good. I would recommend looking that up, as well as just the unveil, which man, like they named off like 8 different famous Japanese actors that are in this game. And they're all looking to like be putting in big serious performances. And it just looks really good. And it's also soon. Like, a demo was released the day it was announced. It's coming out in Japan and in Korea in December, and it is coming out in the West in early 2019, which is not far at all. So go keep an eye out on Project Judge.
Yeah, and the gameplay trailer, it looks pretty good. Like, I want it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty into this game. So that's Project Judge.
Especially because, like, Yakuza broke big. I mean, sorry, but Yakuza like broke big on number like 5 and 6, and it's like hard to jump into a series when it's on the 5th entry, right? So like this is, I think, a really good entry point for people to see if they like this style of game. Yeah,
that is a very good point. So I'm really into the detective stuff, so I'm all in. Honestly, this is day one for me. This story I brought for Brandon. So there's a new studio called 2Kyo Games, led by the Danganronpa and Zero Escape creators. They have 4 projects underway, one of them being an anime. The first project is actually the only one I really want to talk about, but it is a game where these two are crossing over. They're working together to write the scenario, and they said this is their main project. Everyone in this little 9-person studio is working on this project. Genre hasn't been revealed yet, but very exciting. Limit Cross Despair is how they market this game.
This is so exciting. My to quote myself, my reaction when I first saw this article and posted it in chat was, "Holy shit! Holy fuck! Holy shit!" Because it's very exciting for me. This is like the Jay-Z and Beyonce of video game pairings. Okay, this is amazing. It's like wow. Just 2 of my favorite game series. They're masterminds coming together. They're similar, but they're just, oh wow, what a perfect pairing. If this game isn't amazing, I'm gonna be real disappointed. But now I'm setting my expectations probably way too high. But I think they'll be met.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. Danganronpa and Zero Escape, very probably some of the best visual novels that there are, right?
Yes, and yes, the best. Maybe only like rivaled by Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, so these two crossing over, collaborating on one project, that's really exciting. And well, yeah, we'll see, and we'll see what other stuff that these guys come up with too, because they have a lot of projects underway. And
they got like 4 things, including an anime they got going right now.
And they're finally free from those IPs that they were stuck on for so long. Yeah. And I think
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Very beloved, though.
Very beloved, yeah. But both of those series had 3 entries, and I think both of those writers are ready to move on.
And they both strike me as guys that have a lot of ideas in their head, right? Like that, like have a lot to do.
Yeah, and so there's only so much you could do in a Danganronpa setting, for example. There's only so much you could do in a Zero Escape setting. So they're let free.
Maybe people won't get murdered in this game.
That would be wild. Coming from these two?
Highly doubt.
But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And then one quick story. New Samurai Showdown was announced. Samurai Spirits coming next year. I just want to bring it up because I loved Samurai Showdown. Like, my neighbor had it and we used to play the shit out of that game. I love it. It looks good. SNK is back. Yeah, I mean, I think it's using the King of Fighters 14 models, but they have some better shading going on. So it
looks very Street Fighter 4-esque, which isn't a bad thing. I think like a modern Street Fighter 4 looks good. And yeah, I think that like Samurai Showdown is sort of this thing that excuse me, that I had this thought where like you can bear the metric of how the fighting game genre is doing by how SNK is doing, right? Because like Tekken and Street Fighter, they'll probably be fine no matter what Mortal Kombat, but like if there's an actual market for people that are excited for fighting games, SNK can make a new Samurai Showdown and like have it be a thing that people get excited for and play. And so I hope that does happen. I hope that this is a series that like has a big legacy. It's it's over 20 years old now at this point, and it's fun to see it back after a very long break.
Wholeheartedly agree. Anyway, that is this week's podcast. This is the news for this week's podcast. But even though we're a little shorthanded, we have a duty, right? We have a responsibility on this podcast, which is the list.
The list.
The list.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm at in-game this week, and I wanted to go with what we started off with in this conversation. Actually, Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's a nice search engine optimization, Musamil.
Thank you. So,
That's a good one.
Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube. Actually, Brandon, I would prefer if you actually talk about it, because I need to look something up real quick.
Okay, well, I mean, you hand it over to a real good guy because I love Luigi's Mansion. I love me some of that game. So Luigi's Mansion was a launch title for the Nintendo GameCube, which is they switched it up for the GameCube. Nintendo usually is all about that Mario selling their system, and it felt kind of weird because while we had a Mario game, it didn't really have Mario in it. Mario's there, but he was kidnapped, and it's starring Luigi. What a twist, man! It's crazy.
What a twist!
What a twist! And this game was a great piece of showcase for the Nintendo GameCube at the time. Had incredible graphics, especially for the time. They still hold up, honestly, really well today. All these years later.
That's true.
I think 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah, so game is looking even good today, man. So, as seen by the port, it's getting ported to the 3DS this year. Yeah.
Luigi, he's the brother that jumps higher than Mario. So is this like a game where I jump a lot?
So you don't jump a lot. In fact, this is an action game, an adventure game, I mean. Well, action adventure, I guess. This game, so it really does showcase the Nintendo GameCube, not only in the graphics, but this game was really built around the fact that the GameCube had 2 analog sticks.
Yes.
And the C stick specifically. And so Luigi's packed with he's got a big old vacuum cleaner on his back fighting ghosts, if you don't know anything about Luigi's Mansion. And he also has a flashlight. And to fight these ghosts off, he has to shine a flashlight on them to expose their heart and then use the vacuum to suck them in. So with this, it also showed off the triggers on the GameCube that had the context-sensitive triggers. So the more you hold down the R button, the more that the vacuum will suck in. So if you push it all the way down, Luigi's just full on sucking off everything.
Yes, that's his primary goal in life.
And if you just hold it a little bit, it's cool. It's really there's really no point to it other than to kind of show off that it's a thing, in the game. But when you're hauling in the ghosts. Is it what?
Isn't it sort of like Mario Sunshine, where if you like do it a little bit, he like strafes with it, but if you hold it down, he like sort of locks into place?
Is it? Maybe I can't remember. It's been a long time. I don't think so, but maybe. But when you're pulling in the ghosts, when you're hauling them in, you use the control stick to move, but you're also using the C stick to like tap to like kind of pull the ghosts. And you have to constantly do it in like the opposite direction that the ghost is pulling to keep that tug going. And it feels real good. It's cool. And yeah, so this game is, it's just Luigi in a big old mansion walking around, sucking up ghosts, sucking off everything. And my new favorite thing to say about Luigi. But you're just in one big mansion. The whole game takes place there. There's a little bit of puzzle solving elements to go along with it. To be able to, each ghost is kind of like its own little boss battle. You have to figure out its weakness and how to expose its heart, and it's a lot of fun. It's like every ghost has its own puzzle and way to figure out how to weaken it. And man, it's just a blast. It's a blast to play. The atmosphere is great. The A button, all it does is just Luigi just goes Mario.
The Mario button is
That's all he does.
I love the Mario.
So
Calls
great!
Mario.
I love that so much. A dedicated button to just say Mario.
Yeah,
Mario. And it's the biggest button on the controller.
Yeah.
Main big old button right there. They're just like, hey, guess what? This game's just played with sticks and triggers. That's all you do. So you know what you do with the buttons? You just call out to Mario. Well, I guess it's also used to interact with stuff. But what a game!
What
I like it a lot.
very unique game. I've not played much like it. Outside of its sequel.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it's worth mentioning, like, the GameCube was an era marked by just weird things from Nintendo, right? It was where Nintendo got weird. And, and like, outside of a remote diary in Paper Mario 64, Luigi, like, so much what we think about Luigi, right? Being a scaredy cat, being this downer, being all these things, sort of all starts here. Like, it's where Luigi becomes a character, right? And it's also, like, like you mentioned, like, it's also so cool because, like, Egad is introduced and he's just this weird old guy that lives in the woods. Like, there's like all these identities of these ghosts. Like, you're sucking up people that used to be alive, like, including a baby, which is effed up, but we don't like to think about it too much. But, like, it's just, it is neat because it is so unlike everything else that exists in the Mario, like, universe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the main bad guy there is not Bowser. It's King Boo.
King Boo. Which,
he possesses, like, a weird dead Bowser.
That is because, a lot of Mario spin-offs these days, the final boss is still Bowser, even though it's a spin-off.
Yeah.
It's nice to have something like this where it's, real refreshing, You don't always want to be fighting Bowser.
Even like Super Princess Peach, Super Princess Peach was like, hey, it's Bowser. Super Princess Peach, that game could...
I mean, and maybe it's because Bowser doesn't really recognize Luigi as enough of an adversary to,
but like, I think it's cool that, like, that like Double Dash had Bowser, Petey Piranha, and King Boo as characters in it because they were introducing new villains. Now, like, when it comes to Mario Kart 8, they're like, throw in the Koopa Kids and Pink Old Peach, I guess, because what's a new character? Like, we don't know. Like,
leave Pink Gold Peach alone.
Oh, she's a wonderful creature, but she's also an abomination upon God. So, like,
So that said, even though Brandon did most talking, this was my game, so I get first dibs on where it goes. So, just a quick reminder though, you can look at the list currently where it's standing in the description in the paste bin, so you can kind of follow along where we're placing it. But I would put Luigi's Mansion right underneath Stardew Valley.
29. Wow.
Above Limbo.
Ooh, that's a low one.
Above Limbo. Limbo and Stardew Valley are very good games, and I feel like being sandwiched in between them is
they are very good.
I mean,
pretty perfect.
I don't think you're wrong looking at this. I think looking at what is above it, I think that once again we say 29, we think, man, that's very low. But also we look at it and we say, actually, it's just everything above it is like very good.
We just have really good games on this list, man.
We do, but oh man, Luigi's Mansion.
I love Luigi's Mansion. Don't get me wrong, a fantastic game, but like also worth noting, it's pretty short, quick experience.
Yeah.
It is short. That's when I knew I was going to have to come up with complaints at some point. That's the first thing I thought of. Yeah, it is pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very short game. When this October, when it comes to Nintendo 3DS, I don't know if I want to spend $40 on it. Because it's a really short game.
Yeah. Well, it's not super short. But
it's like a 4-hour game.
You can beat it in a session.
Yes, I have before. Because.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but like it's worth noting, that hey, like you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because I played through this game multiple times when it first came out. Because at the end of the game, you get ranked. How much money you got throughout the game because Luigi's just sucking off all the money, and he's going around just getting as much as he can. So there's also, at the end, you get a new mansion based on how much money you got. And there's obviously like a big old honking beautiful mansion. But what's actually harder to do is to get the tent, which is you get almost no money. And that's actually more difficult than getting the best one because of how much money there is. You have to purposely be dodging money. And I did a playthrough of that game doing that, which, brought a little new mechanic to the game. Trying not to pick up money because it's everywhere. But it is short.
Short and sweet, but it's a sweet little game. But like I said, this is not a knock against Luigi's Mansion. It's just like,
I think the boo hunting's not super fun. I think the boo hunting is kind of meh.
The boos are very frustrating, actually, sometimes. I agree with that.
And that they are the metric by which you have to sort of beat the game, I would say, is a reason that, like, I having to get all 50, there was times where you're like, all right, dude, because they don't suck. They don't, like, suck to your vacuum. Like, they just sort of, like...
They run away into different rooms, and you have to go, like, chase them.
And sometimes they'll, like, go up a floor or down a floor, and you have to, like, make your whole way around. It can get...
It can get annoying. There should be maybe a little bit less of them. I think it might not be as bad. It's kind of cool, but it does get irritating.
So, is there any disagreements on where I'm putting it, or...
Also, the, No, I feel like... Okay, let me look at this.
How do you... Oh, Brandon, I don't know, where do you want to put it? Will, where do you want to put it? Because I don't know, like,
I'm
I like
cool with
Luigi's
around
Mansion,
there.
but, like,
I'm cool with around
like,
there.
Yeah, like, Stardew Valley is an incredible experience.
Cool.
So.
I feel like it should go around 20, like, 24-ish.
See, I think it's just, like, the thing is, like, all these games are kind of similar quality, so, it's, like, from 24 to, like, 20 to, like, even 30, it's, like, they're all around the same, I think. But, like, I don't know. Like, putting it below Stardew Valley is just, like, right where the sweet spot for me. Now, if Will... So I'm pretty hardened on that. So if Will wants to, squeeze a little, that's on him. But...
I think it should be higher, but...
Do you think it's better than 3D Land?
I think it does enough unique things that, to me, it should be higher than 3D Land.
All right, I'm not gonna put it. It's the weird situation where I think I would put it above 3D Land, but below Stardew Valley. But I'm willing to put it above 3D Land if it's below Elite Beat Agents.
Well. I mean, you drive a hard bargain, that I don't feel like arguing against.
Oh, oops. Yeah.
Elite Beat Agents is great too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have no hard disagreements. I prefer 3D Land personally, but, Luigi's Mansion does very unique things, so I'm okay with putting it above 3D Land. That's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we all in agreement? In between Elite Beat Agents and Super Mario 3D Land?
Yeah.
All
27.
Right. So, Luigi's Mansion has been placed number 27 on the list, putting it right around Drill Dozer at number 25. Elite Beat Agents at number 26, Luigi's Mansion 27, Super Mario 3D Land 28, and Stardew Valley number 29. That's it for our podcast. You can catch us weekly on any podcast service. We're on YouTube. Keep track of our Twitter, because our Twitter is where you're going to get everything, all notifications on all sort of things, when our podcast goes up, when Brandon's Game Club goes up, when we're streaming, which, by the way, we stream on twitch.tv/jumpupsupercast. Oh yeah, twitter.com/jumpupsupercast, by the way. We have an instagram.com/jumpupsupercast, where Brandon likes to tease the Game Club sometimes, and a lot of other fun stuff. Maybe you start using it for other stuff. You get exclusive content on the Instagram. We have a Facebook page, also /JumpUpSupercast, and that's about it, right? Will, are you here?
Hello, my friend.
I took the host away from you this week, so I feel like you talked a little less than you're used to. So But you were a wonderful addition to this podcast, even if you weren't hosting. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the final word.
Thanks, Muzi. Now this week we've had a lot of news, a lot of Nintendo news, a lot of other stuff. Right now, a hurricane is bearing down my door. So if this is the last thing I ever get to say on the internet before I get washed away in the water, stop being so mad at video games. It's fine to just say a thing isn't for you and move on. You don't need to go and complain about it on Twitter. You don't need to go complain about it on Reset Era. Part of life is learning to move on. And I think we can learn to move on when Kirby's Epic Yarn is coming to 3DS. Or some people are cool with paying $20 for online. I think it's fine to be able to move on because that's part of life. Things will happen that you don't like, but it's okay.